Good evening and welcome to a new episode of our weekly program, The Week in 30 Minutes. The English News Department has prepared a variety of reports that highlight the main events that have recently taken place across Kuwait. Our committed team of reporters has been engaged in numerous events with the objective of keeping our audience up to date with the local scene. Today's program includes a variety of reports, including cultural spectacles, press conferences and events that may be of interest to our audience.
Tonight's program includes a Korean Cultural Diwaniya sponsored by the Korean Embassy in Kuwait and a National Assembly Affairs press conference, as well as a report that discloses information pertaining to the new media law. More reports are headed your way in tonight's edition of The Week in 30 Minutes. Please stay tuned. We begin tonight's episode with a report focusing on the local sports scene. The Kuwait Public Authority for Sports recently organized a full schedule of events and different sports activities, including football, swimming, diving, skating, and other athletic activities. The schedule of events stretches from early July and continues till September of this year.
The schedule started off with the sailing event, which was a fun, engaging and safe, accessible and affordable sport that welcomed the participation from people of all backgrounds and ages. Reporter Nurhan Al-Anfi was there and has the following report.
The Public Authority for Sport organized a full schedule for sports events, such as football, swimming, diving, skating, and so many other interesting events that will be held in the period starting from July 2016 until September 2016. Meanwhile, the schedule started with a sailing event, which is a fun, safe, accessible, and affordable sport that welcomes participation from people of all backgrounds, ages, and abilities.
A program that runs at Masila Beach with the Kuwait Sea Sports Club and Kuwait Sailing Club. It's a really good program. So as you can see, we have lots of different types of boats. We have catamarans, we have optimists, which are small dinghies for people to learn on. And also we have single solo dinghies called lasers. So there's a very good program down there. We can teach kids from as little as maybe 6-7 years old. They like to come and learn in the small optimists. And then as they progress, they can scale up to the lasers, and then maybe when they're a bit more comfortable, we can take them out in the catamarans. There's a very healthy international sailing community, and within the Gulf region there are lots of regattas throughout the year. So in Saudi, in Qatar, particularly in Oman, a very keen sailing nation, and I think the guys at Kuwait Sailing Club at Masila are trying to kind of catch those guys up a little bit because they're doing really well.
Sports is generally recognized as activities which are based on physical athleticism or physical dexterity, with the largest major competitions such as the Olympic Games admitting only sports meeting this definition, and other organizations such as the Council using definitions precluding activities without a physical element from classification as sports. However, a number of competitive but non-physical activities claim recognition as mind sports.
Today I went sailing in a big boat. It was really fun because I got to explore the ocean, and it was a little bit scary because it was bending a lot, and we got splashed by the big waves. And yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
In addition, the Public Authority for Sports also organized a football event for men Sports are usually governed by a set of rules or customs, which serve to ensure fair competition. Winner can be determined by judges who are scoring elements of the sporting performance, including objective or subjective measures such as technical performance or artistic impression. Sports are all forms of competitive physical activities which aims to improve physical abilities and skills while providing enjoyment to the participants. From Kuwait Bay, I am Nurhan Alfi reporting to The Week in 30 Minutes.
Minister of National Assembly Affairs Ali Al-Umair said that the Parliament accomplished 441 legislations concerning laws, decrees for accords, budgets and final accounts. His remarks came during a press conference at the headquarters of the Ministry of State for the National Assembly Affairs.
The press conference came to summarize the National Assembly accomplishments and achievements during the 14th legislative term, which concluded on the 3rd of July of 2016. Let us watch the report.
Minister of Public Works and Minister of National Assembly Affairs Ali Al-Umair said that the National Assembly's 14th legislative term was distinguished with order, thus boosting cooperation with the executive authority. The minister added during a press conference that the Parliament accomplished 441 legislations concerning laws, decrees for accords, budgets and final account. He lauded the legislators for working out laws that secure privileges for the Kuwaiti families, employees, retirees, security personnel, the youth, bolstering social security and the state role at the level of social care. The minister singled out among the best placed laws ones that allow the citizen to appeal in front of the Constitutional Court, those concerning transport and communication, health insurance for the retirees, the family court, children and juvenile rights. The Parliament during the term held 119 sessions. 2 scheduled ones did not convene and a single one was cut short due to the demise of Member of Parliament Nabil Al-Fadl. The minister added that there were 20 interpellation motions and 42 inquiries. Minister Al-Umair affirmed keenness of His Highness the Prime Minister Sheikh Jaber Al-Mubarak Al-Hamad Al-Sabah on tackling any strains in the relationship with the legislators. The Kuwait Parliament 14th legislative term opened on August 6, 2013 and would close on August 5, 2017. From the headquarters of the Ministry of State for the National Assembly Affairs, I am Haba Abdurrahman reporting for The Week in 30 Minutes. And now reporter Ghenwa Jabouri brings us our following cultural spectacle. The Embassy of the Republic of Korea recently held an event entitled Korean Fan Calligraphy and its embassy premises in Mishrif in the presence of His Excellency Yoo In-chul, the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Kuwait.
The cultural Diwania witnessed a large turnout of enthusiastic participants who were eager to take part in the cultural experience. The annual event, which has witnessed a huge success over the years, continues to grow in attendance and popularity. Here is Ghanwa's report.
Experiencing Korean fan calligraphy is an event that was recently held by the Embassy of the Republic of Korea. Experiencing Korean fan calligraphy is a beautiful, dynamic event that society cherishes and embraces due to its compelling cultural connotations.
So I'm a new Korean ambassador to Kuwait, and I'm quite pleased to see that the Korea and Kuwait is moving towards the highest level of cooperation, entering the new horizons of our relationships. And we have agreed to do so many corporate activities, and the cultural activities one of them, of course. And we place high value on the cultural cooperation. This is why Korean Embassy hosts this kind of event. Particularly this year, we focus on Korean fan calligraphy. And Korean fan calligraphy is our traditional custom. So just before the summer season begins. And nowadays, in modern times, we add the meaningful and artistic component to this Korean traditional fan, making more beautiful. And so we can introduce our custom just before the summer seasons begin and to the Kuwait people.
The event included a presentation about Korean fan, traditional Korean snacks were served. Some of the participants were dressed up in traditional colourful Korean costumes. The embassy was decorated with Korean arts and crafts. Korean music was played in the background, truly making the event a beautiful, authentic Korean cultural event which everyone enjoyed with sheer enthusiasm.
We have many members in our Diwania, Hanko Diwania, and we are really would like to know more and more about the Korean culture, and also from the Korean side they want to know about the Kuwaiti culture. So in every event we are mixing between the two cultures. So today we have this fan calligraphy. It is from the Korean side, like we take the Korean fan with their art and calligraphy, and also we invite also Kuwaiti calligraphy. They are and they are going to write the Arabic names and Arabic calligraphy on the Korean fan. So in this case we are mixing between the two culture in the same event.
Korean calligraphy expresses the structural beauty of Korean characters with a brush and black ink. The aesthetics of each calligraphic work depends on its composition, with Korean calligraphy developing in its own style steadfastly. Experiencing and enjoying Korean fan calligraphy. From the Embassy of the Republic of Korea, I'm Ghanwa Jabouri reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
Ghanwa Jabouri brings us our next report of the evening. The Youth Association of Kuwait recently hosted a workshop entitled Healthy Shopping, Every Woman's Cultural and Social Society in Khaldiya area. The workshop aimed at creating awareness of what is healthy, what is not so healthy, and that if a certain product is labeled fat-free or sugar-free, does not necessarily denote healthy.
Well-known nutritionist Maryam bin Rajab delivered some important and helpful information to a wide audience keen on maintaining a healthy lifestyle. She also shared her expertise on the topic of healthy shopping. Here is Ghanwa's report.
The Youth Association of Kuwait recently organized a workshop at the Women's Cultural and Social Society located in Khaldiya, which is aimed at helping people make healthier choices when it comes to purchasing groceries. The workshop pointed out that the labels on many food products can be misleading, information that the workshop shed light on.
And we have a group from 10 to 20 members. They are interested in health and sport, and they do weekly activities. In the same time, there is many people now interested in the healthy food, and they take sport as a lifestyle. They must know all the information about food they ate it, and they must have sports in their schedules.
For example, packaged foods with long ingredient lists can be overwhelming. Many nutritionists have in fact frequently warned consumers about packaged foods that come with a long list. Hard to understand. In light of this confusion, the speakers at the workshop interpreted what some of the ingredients mean and what is deemed healthy or not so healthy.
So first of all, the purpose of this workshop is to make people aware that what they're eating isn't actually food, but it's more like a food product. And that's what most organizations are categorizing our food today. Most of the food is processed and refrigerated and mostly losing its nutrition value. So that's why we brought our member, Maryam bin Rajab, who is a dietitian, a nutritionist, and she's here to basically tell us how to read the labels of the food.
The Youth Association of Kuwait is the mainstream nationalist youth organization in Kuwait, which was founded in 2009. It aims at building a new generation of Kuwaitis that are interested in community service and helping youth achieve their goals. Among many interests, the association is concerned with youth issues such as education, unemployment, and youth activism. The Youth Association of Kuwait have conducted today's workshop with the goal to help society make better choices when it comes to choosing food. From the Women's Cultural Society in Khaldiya, I'm Ghanwa Jabouri reporting to you for the week in 30 minutes.
Ministry of Commerce and Industry recently organized a press conference to announce signing a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, with the National Financial Inspection Department for combating money laundering and terrorism financing.
This Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, aims at exchanging information and sector data and placing them within legal frameworks. Hiba Abdurrahman brings us more details in the following report.
Minister of Commerce and Industry Dr. Yusuf Al Ali affirmed the significance of the Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, worked out by the Ministry with the National Financial Inspection Department for combating money laundering and terrorism financing. The Minister said on the sidelines of signing the MOU with the head of the Financial Inspection Unit and the chairman of the National Commission for combating money laundering and financial terrorism, Talal Sayed, that this accord aims at exchanging information and secret data and placing them with the legal frameworks. It complies with relevant international agreements and those of the United Nations, indicating that the MOU lays the groundwork for the cooperation and information swap between the two departments. For his part, Al-Saigh said that the MOU conforms with the national strategy for boosting the combat against these phenomena. The Financial Inspection Division was set up in 2013 to collect and process information about suspected money laundering operations. From the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, I am Heba Abdulrahman reporting for the Week in 30 Minutes. Reporter Salim Al-Kandari brings us our final report of this evening. Kuwait Ministry of Information started the implementation of Law Number 8 for the year 2016 to regulate electronic media, which was approved and published in the Official Gazette. The new law is to regulate all web-based publications, including electronic news services, bulletins, websites of newspapers and televisions, and the likes. Under the legislation, all these services must obtain a license from the government before they can operate.
The Minister of Information and Minister of State for Youth Affairs, Sheikh Salman Sabah al-Salam Mahmoud al-Sabah, asserted that Kuwait was among the first countries to have legislated through a democratic process a comprehensive electronic media law. Correspondent Salim Al-Kandari has more in the following report.
Minister of Information and Minister of State for Youth Affairs, Sheikh Salman Mahmoud al-Sabah, asserted that Kuwait was among the first countries that have legislated a comprehensive electronic media law. In a press statement during a tour to the Electronic Publishing Department at the Ministry, he said that the law will regulate electronic publishing websites, blogs, and social media in Kuwait. He called on all electronic media outlets to abide by the Law 8/2016 as to contribute to the growth of the media sector.
We've been a whole year trying to legislate and organize such a law to support electronic media on the field, on the cyberspace in Kuwait. Recently, we've been excited by the attendance of His Excellency Minister of the Information. We start that department executing the items and what it's been said on the law here in that department. The law on detail, on briefly, on summary, I will tell you. It's regarding the department or institute who publish electronic content, which is such as electronic newspaper, electronic TV stations, and the public service electronic sites, and the I might say the whatever electronics deal with public information.
The first article in the electronic media tackled the activity that includes publishing or broadcasting items and forms of a media service of electronic content that is produced, developed, upgraded, dealt with, broadcast, published, or reached through the internet or any other communications network. The electronic media is considered one of the components of the information system in the country, and the freedom of its use is guaranteed for all according to the rules of this law, and there is no prior censorship on what is circulated of content, via electronic sites and facilities. The executive regulations of this law shall control polls carried out by licensed websites and electronic media facilities.
So the law is to regulate online news websites. It's not limited to, it's not restricted for the personal accounts like bloggers, which are usually opinion-based and reviews, such as movies, food accounts. That doesn't have to do with this law. It's mainly, it mainly consists the news agencies and news websites. Not only will it organize media law, media publication and online websites, it will also avoid gossip. These days there are so many social media platforms. So as a law, we're going to avoid gossip online, such as Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter. And as a news agency, you don't want gossip going around, and it's so easy to lie online now. So this will regulate it.
The ministry also underscored how helpful those media outlets can be to staving off extremist ideologies while espousing various virtues for the betterment of the nation. The law works to promote freedom of expression while ensuring unhindered access to information. It also aims to eliminate all impediments to the spread of information on electronic media outlets in a way that could conserve national values and interests. From the Ministry of Information in Shuwaykh area, this is Salim Kandiri reporting for the week in 30 minutes.
This brings us to the close of tonight's episode of The Week in 30 Minutes. We hope to see you again same time next week. Our highly dedicated team of correspondents is constantly out in the field searching for reports that matter most to you. We look forward to receiving your feedback on the stories that we have covered today and are ready to cover issues that are of special interest to you.
So please do email us your suggestions. Our email is moikuwaitnews@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at moikuwaitnews, as well as on Facebook at moikuwaitnews. And of course, if you would like to watch our reports once again, you can always visit our YouTube channel at moikuwaitnews. Thank you for joining us tonight and hope to see you again next week with more exclusive reports. Have a good night.
Have a good night.